What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another MMA YouTube video. Today, we're going to be doing what's going to be a series on this channel, and maybe a recurring series when, enough time passes. We're going to be tiering divisions. Basically, what that is, it's not exactly the same as ranking divisions. We're going to be tiering them based off of skill and, like, where this person's place is in the division. Um, so kind of like a tier list. So yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. You'll kind of understand it more as we go through the video. And yeah, today we're doing light heavyweight. Probably the least interesting division to talk about when it comes to tiering, so that's why we're starting off with it. And yeah, let's just get into it. Will, do
Yep.
you have any intro or
Um,
good to go?
well, I think maybe a tier list is a bit, it doesn't go in depth enough. Maybe I think there are clear gaps in skill between groups of fighters in each division, and that's like the goal with these videos is showing that, um, like the championship levels, the bums, everything, like top 15 and a little bit outside. Just add some like fun little additions, random fighters here and there, who probably shouldn't be here, but why not? So
Why not?
yeah, let's get into
I
it.
might, like I said, it'll be so much more interesting for the other divisions, so definitely hang on and tune in for those. All right, so starting off with the first most obvious tier, champion level. And it feels a little cheap because every fighter in this tier has been a champion. That's one thing that's really easy with light heavyweight. It's a pretty easy division to split up because, yeah, championship level, simple as. They have all been champions. They can all win the belt at any given moment. I think they're all very similar level. If you go down and look at the spreadsheet linked below, um, I have them all rated like super close. Like I think it's like 91s, 92s. I don't think I have a 93. And maybe Jamal Hill might be a 90, but I still think Hill's a great fighter and a tough stylistic matchup for some of these guys. So yeah, not much to say here. We got Ankh, Big Ankh's division. As you can see, it is his division now.
Sadly,
I just sadly, yeah, gonna be boring as hell, but it is what it is. I don't think he'll hang on to the belt for that long, luckily. Because the nature of this top five, this top six, even now with Olberg, who I'm hesitant on, but we'll get to that. So yeah,
uh,
Pereira, Jan, Ankh, JIRI, Hill.
and even within this, I think there's some distinctions that need to be made. Jan looked pretty good in his last fight. We'll see how he looks in the future. He probably will not fight for a while, judging on how he's been kind of recently. But you know, he looked he still looked championship level in that Olberg fight. I think he won it. Um, but it just didn't go his way, as it usually doesn't for some reason with Jan Blachowicz. And I think out of everyone here, Hill is probably the worst and like least likely to capture a title. But I think worst maybe is too negative of a word because he is still really good. I really like Jamal Hill. I think he probably could beat Jan. Maybe beat Uncle Live. I don't know, but
Well, matchup wise, I don't
yeah,
think he'll beat Pereira or Yuri anytime soon. I do think he would beat Jan and Ankh. And
yeah,
that's what's really cool about this area of light heavyweight. And when I say it's a shit division and it's bad to rank, it's when we get lower. This top, it's one of the best top fives in the sport,
yep,
like 100%. Because I think Yuri could beat a bunch of these guys. I think Hill could beat a couple of these guys. I think Ankh could beat a couple of these guys. I think Pereira beats a couple of these guys. And I think in that same vein, they all lose to a couple of these guys. And that's kind of what makes it so fun. And that's kind of what light heavyweight has been like since John Jones left. I mean, we've seen it. We've had all of these guys have been champ in the last what? Since 2021 when or 2020 when Jan won the belt. Yeah,
yeah.
2020.
I
So
mean,
no,
this top five really is kind of rock paper scissors. Um, and it's gonna be cool seeing it go forward, especially with Uncle Live, who's very beatable. I really don't know how Pereira lost to him, honestly, and
the
I
punch
yeah
most ones.
looked awful.
And
So okay, keep going, keep going.
I just we're not coping Pereira fans. Neither of us are Pereira fans. We like him because he's entertaining and he's active, but like we're not like Pereira fans, poetards, as they would say. We are not Ankalaev fans at all. He's so fucking boring. He has no personality. He's one of the most disgusting looking humans in the UFC. Uh, but looks aside, the guy's just awful as a champion, not active. So of course we're gonna be mad about Pereira losing. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Big Onk's division, as you can see. So that's fine.
Sadly, yeah, we have to say it. It is Big Onk's division. Want to go on to the next tier?
Yes. Next tier. Let's go. Hold on. All right, I had to click. Whatever. Next tier. Contender level. This is kind of a weird one. This tier spans a lot in the rankings. As you can see, we got Oberg, who's now number 3, going all the way
Roundtree
down
is
to
wide as fuck. Oh my
he
god.
is. I thought it was funny to make him short and wide. Um, what about 8 inches and thick? What about multimillionaires? Dude, that's literally
That
complete
yeah,
opposite.
that's Roundtree.
It is odd enough for me to be. Okay, anyway, he talks the same. He kind of looks like him. Anyway, we go from number 3 Oberg all the way to fucking number what is it like 11 Dom Reyes or whatever. But um, but yeah, this is just a really this is where the division gets murky because we got guys like Krylov and Oberg who I think are genuinely like bridging that championship level. I don't think he beat Jan, man. Like I just
Yeah,
don't.
I
Every time I see that fight, which was once, it doesn't. It no, he didn't do more damage. He didn't hit harder. His outlanding him. He landed 50 leg kicks in the fight, man, and they
most
were
yeah.
all checked or
Yeah.
tapped or points.
Olberg, I don't. He could. I mean, he could probably beat Hill, but other than that, I don't know if he could beat any of those dudes in that upper tier. I think Yuri probably smokes him. Pereira smokes him. Big Onk smokes him. Um, and
Big
who else?
On takes them
Yeah,
49-46. One round was competitive.
yeah. And I think Jan Blachowicz, already beat him. Although, like officially, no, he didn't. But I can say that, I guess.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, I think Olberg's still gonna be a good contender. He's probably gonna get a title shot, depending on like how active Ankalaev is. But I don't think he'll be champion personally. I don't think he's.
yeah.
I mean, he has a pretty shallow skill set. I don't think he's that good. Um, he's an
And
entertaining fighter.
like you said, he could beat Hill, and that is all matchup. I think they're close. I just think Hill's bag is deeper. It's just with the way Hill paused with his right hand. I mean, we saw it in the Pereira fight, but we see it in all of his fights. The way he paused at stuff with how fast Oberg's left hook is, it could definitely be a problem.
Uh huh.
Um, then let's get to the rest of these guys. Well, really, actually, I want to talk about Cry. He's so weird. He's so hard to get judged because he hasn't fought in years. He's been so, but he's looked so good whenever he's in the cage. Um, look, Ryan Spann is Ryan Spann, but at that time, if you're in a deep guillotine from Ryan Spann, that is a hard thing to get out of, and he got out of it. He subbed him because Ryan Spann put himself in a triangle. But that's neither here nor there. He's really fucking good. Um, I do think he is the closest to championship level, but at the same time, I don't know because what if he comes in the Raves fight and gets KO'd? I don't know. So, yeah. And the rest of these guys, I feel like are kind of like they're never gonna win the belt. Volkan, Reyes, Rakic, and Roundtree. A lot of R's. Um, I'm a big no time guy. No time. That's my boy. But these guys are all just too one dimensional. Their bags are too shallow. We've seen that in the Roundtree Pereira fight. We've seen that in the Ankalaev Rakic fight. I mean, when we see these guys fight the higher echelon guys, we saw them in the even Reyes Blahovic fight years and years ago.
Who did Rakic
Um,
fight before Ankalaev? That was another
Yuri.
yeah.
Yeah,
Rakic.
yeah, Yuri just bossed out,
Yeah,
like bossed. Yuri bossed up, and
yeah.
yeah.
But
Um,
Rakic, I don't think I like Rakic, but he's probably not gonna gain any fans if he keeps fighting like he does. Which is just how he fights. I'm not gonna ask him to change that. But like he's probably not making it to a title shot. I just don't see that with his skill set, how he's like proven himself against like the top of the division. Ustamir, kind of an upper echelon gatekeeper. I don't. He's never really moved on from that in his career. Dominic Reyes, I probably would put lower. I think Krylov's gonna smoke him. Um, I I think like maybe we need to pump the brakes a bit on Dominic Reyes. I mean, he's beat Jacoby and who did he beat before that? Anthony Smith. Or no,
He
that
beat
wasn't
Anthony
before that.
Pettis,
Yeah,
so
he's beat
before
Jacoby and
Jacoby, I think he lost to
yeah.
Spann.
So I think we're seeing a little glimpse of light of Dominic Reyes, um, but he has beat probably like two of the worst ranked fighters at light heavyweight, and against
I
like
don't
an
even think
action.
Jacoby's ranked anymore.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
I didn't think Jacoby's ranked.
Oh yeah, well he was, but yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it anywhere. Like,
I,
yeah,
I'll say this,
it's tough to
and
say that, but
kind of the this tier is like if these stars align, these guys win a belt. If Ankh charges in and over left hook, yeah, he wins the belt. If Krylov is one where that's hard to say with him, and then the other guys like Roundtree, we kind of saw that in the Pereira fight. The stars aligned, and he had a good performance. I'm gonna back up a little because for some reason the light is dim. We saw that in the Pereira fight when the stars aligned. He had a really close fight with Pereira and rocked him and all that. But yeah, let's move on to the less interesting tiers. This is where the division gets really bad and where it gets not so great to talk about. So we're probably not going to spend too much time on each of these fighters individually. But yeah, gatekeepers and high end prospects. Just a quick explanation of what that means. These are ranked gatekeepers, so these are guys that you beat them, you get ranked, or you beat them, number 15 or whatever, right? And then high end prospects. These are kind of the prospects that are close to getting into that contender tier that I think right now can. We'll get to the other prospects later that I don't think quite are in that tier. So yeah, let's just start out with the two big guys that I think represent the two groups very well: Johnny Walker and Azamat Mirzakhanov. Azamat Mirzakhanov, weird one. I was really hesitant to not put him up in the contender tier, but not quite, not quite. I just got to see him get another win. He's fighting someone soon. I don't remember who,
I'll look that
but
up real quick. But yeah, just keep going.
and then Johnny Walker is like the gatekeeper's gatekeeper. Like the guy, if you touch his chin, he goes out. If not, he might style on you. He beats shitters. He loses to good fighters. And yeah,
He hasn't won in a
some of the
bit.
guys. What?
He hasn't won in a while.
Yes, he is not. I think it was actually was it
Mirzakhanov is fighting Johnny Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
And he's
I
probably
knew
going
that.
to brutally KO him. I don't really
I
see
knew it.
any other result for that.
Um, and then some of the other guys here we got. Let's talk about the prospects real quick. We got Omar C and Min Yang Zhang along with Osman Mirzakhan. I'm nowhere near as proven. Absolutely, I won't argue that at all. Like not even close to near as proven. But I think you see a lot in Omar C's game and in Min Yang Zhang's game where you're like, damn, well this guy could actually be something in this shit shallow of a division,
Yeah,
right?
Ming
So
Yang Zhang came out of a test tube. He is lab grown to take over the world. Um, he will be champion like within the next 2 years. I swear. He is the GOAT.
fact.
He's the best ever. Well, China will take over the world with Min Yang Zhang leading it. He is like this age's Lu Bu, I swear to God.
Um, and then just some of the other gatekeepers. Well, okay, Jacoby and Menefield, I feel like are just one note. You know, old guys who are gatekeepers who are probably not going to be around for much longer. Cheney as well. Both of them are Cheney. Weird. But Bogdan and Ion Kudalaba are kind of weird to talk about because they're both guys who aren't really that old. They have some not great performances. Ion more so as he has probably 10 times the fights in the
Two
UFC that Bogdan
Eastern
has.
European orcs.
Yes, and they're both really bad, but you do see potential. I mean, it's so hard to say that with Bogdan because he's fucking not good, man. Like he is. I don't know how he wins fight. Well, I do know because he's fighting Ryan Spann, Zach. What is his name? Zach P. It's something with a P.
Pauga?
Zach
Oh yeah, Zach
Pauga.
Pauga. Yeah, that
Pauga.
guy's
And
terrible. He's cut
fighting
now.
Billy Elikana. Yeah, and the Billy Elikana and Zach Pauga. Fucking garbage, dude. Not should never have been in the UFC.
Yeah.
So with
I th-
Bogdan, man, it's yeah, he sucks. With Eon, actually, he's a little more proven. You know, he has so many fights in the UFC, so many wins, so many losses. But he's more well rounded. I think there's a bit more upside with him, whereas Bogdan, I feel like there's just no feasible way that he beats a lot of these guys. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Zach Pauga's going to some like backwater bare knuckle MMA promotion now. Like I saw him on some kind of promotional
I did see that.
graphic.
I did see
Yeah.
that.
He,
Yeah,
he's
hold on.
he,
I'm gonna look that up real quick because
yeah.
I'm
He's
that's very
going to
fascinating.
the E leagues. It's kind of rough, but yeah, I would probably put Bogdan a tier down. He has looked really bad um in all honesty.
Zach Pella lost again, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? He lost to Alex Nicholson, the Spartan, bro. Alex Nicholson is the guy who got KO'd, and then the guy who KO'd him's like dog came in the cage and he dapped up the dog. Insane power. Like Alex Nicholson, bro. I don't fucking like Alex Nicholson. This dude, I remember I don't know what the context was, so this is a horribly uneducated and ignorant opinion, but I saw it like where he like knocked a dude out and he like then got in his face and shit and was like talking it was fucking I don't like it. Anyway, okay. Insanely off topic.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Well,
Zach
I was
Pauga.
just saying Bogdan is not very good, and he's gonna get checked really bad by the first like decent opponent he fights. Um,
Hey, Volkan smoked him in a round. He got
yeah,
sucked by no time, dude.
yep.
So yeah.
We're gonna see that again as soon as he takes a step up in competition. Kutalaba has, I mean, he looked pretty good against Ibo Aslan. He might be, I mean, not putting a run together. It's Kutalaba, but he might actually get like ranked within top 12. I don't know. He looked good. He fought a little bit smarter in his last fight. So maybe we'll see something from Kutalaba other than getting KO'd or knocking out a bum.
Can you
So
actually check? I think he's fighting Menefield. I could be wrong, but
no, he's
he's fighting
fighting
Spartan.
what's the guy who KO'd Circaria? I always forget his name for some reason.
That's not the Kauskas.
Yeah,
Who's
he's
I
fighting
believe?
Bukowskis.
Let's just go to the next tier while we're at it. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier with unranked gatekeepers and low end prospects. With the gatekeepers in this tier, these are gatekeepers who, if you beat them, you'll probably get a shot at the rankings are close enough, right? And the low end prospects are the guys who are, yes, they are prospects because they are young guys who I think are like the future of the division. Which holy fuck, that's depressing. With these guys being the future of the division. Holy shit, light heavyweights cooked, man. But yeah, so not quite the high end prospects where I see, damn, these guys are winning now. You know what I mean? This is Omar Sy and Ming Yang Zhang. They're about to get ranked and go up the rankings. These guys, give them a bit. Navajo Sterling, Bruno Lopez, and Julius Walker specifically. Who I'm talking about. Julius Walker's kind of fringe because I just put him on here because he's so young. He's big. He clearly has grappling acumen, but he came into the Menefield fight short notice, had to cut shit to the
Yeah,
weight, horrible cardio,
I mean,
showed up
yeah,
bad.
he did really. I can't really say take it to Menefield because he just kind of like gassed instantly and was just dying in the cage. But I mean, he gave Menefield. You can kind of call that a fight. I don't know what it was, but
Split decisions,
yeah,
close match. I don't know.
yeah, he gave Menefield a hard time. I guess that fight was horrible and weird.
You saw it in person at
Yeah,
UFC Seattle. How the fuck did that get fight of the night over
yeah,
Font in
that
Mexico
was
City?
an abysmal decision, and no one liked that decision. It was awful. Um, the crowd was booing the entire time. Anyway, um,
Shout
Julius
out
Walker,
Julius.
yeah, if uh, if he, if he improves his cardio, I think he could be really good. Um, the Juice Box MMA, shout out his Twitter calling his opponents bums. That shit is
On
funny as
fire.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
I think he could probably, be something if he's not on short notice and actually gets like a full camp and gets his cardio up because I mean,
and
his
hey,
wrestling's good.
dude, give him 2 years and he's 27 for a light heavyweight. You know what I mean? That's really nice.
Hmm.
Then we got Navajo Sterling and Bruno Lopez, both way older. And
How old is Navajo? I thought he was young.
I think he's pretty old.
Oof.
I mean, look at that fucking hairline. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's.
mean?
I mean, look at
No, no,
Julius Walker's. He's only 25.
that,
You saw that shit
that
in
is
the
fair.
cage. Ugh. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just think they're okay. They can definitely be something. Bruno Lopez lost to the other guy, another guy in this tier, Branson Rivero on the contender series, but it is what it is. And then the other guys, kind of Ebo Aslan, Marcin Prachnio. Modestas Bukauskas and Brenson Ribeiro reluctantly are in this tier. Well, specifically Brenson Ribeiro. I don't think he's on that level, but he's put together a couple wins. Whoever beats him next will probably get some type of rank
His
shot at
last
some point.
performance was really impressive. One of the chinniest fighters in the UFC, but Rivera, he's pretty fun. I mean, he finishes fights. I like that. He gets
No,
KO'd brutally. Well,
I'm not gonna. I'm
recently he has, but
fucking kind of fight. Horrible.
yeah. All right. Anyway, Vukauskas, he's looking better and better. I like Vukauskas a lot. I mean, I do know why because he's decently entertaining light heavyweight. But that Surcaria fight, he smoked him in a round, like 2 minutes. Uh, he's looked better. He's training with Aspinall, right? I
Yeah,
think.
he's been
Yeah,
at.
yeah, he's
He's
been
really
out
bad.
there. But I like Vukauskas. Hopefully, he can get into the top 15. I'd be pretty happy about that. Ibo Aslan, um, god of Turkey. He he's not very good, but he is like he's a physical freak, dude. He is so strong. He was just out muscling Kutalaba from like horrible positions. I don't know how he does it, but that's the freak Turkish genetics. I don't know. I think he's probably going to end up in the top 15, but again, not very good, so he's not going to go very far.
Yeah. And then Prachnio, I also got in this tier just because he actually has put together a couple wins. He beat Khalil Roundtree back in the day. Like, he's okay. So, yeah, next tier. God, this division is grim, man. Like, just listening to us talk, about these guys, I'm like, there's no fucking way these are prospects
Yeah,
in this
not really saying much positive now that we're
division.
getting down here.
With this level of fighter and like even just middleweight. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Whatever.
Oh my
So this is our last tier, and
oh.
I want to say preface: the three guys on the left, it's a joke. They're not that bad. They're probably not any worse than the guys in the tier before. They're just fun to make fun of because holy shit, they're rough to watch. Man. Anthony Smith these days. I'm sorry about the loss of his friend, but wow, he looks really really bad like recently, which kind of tables over to fucking Petrino. I don't know, man. I hate Vitor Petrino so much. He looks like he's on steroids. He's terrible at fighting. His fights suck. Not much else to say. Jimmy Crute, one no grappler, but he can grapple and that can win him fights.
Jimmy Crute has a weird head shape. It's like it's
Very
like Frank Mir where his temples are ballooning. It's
okay, dude. If anybody wants either a laugh or a scare, depending on how you react, go to fucking Frank Mir's Instagram. Holy shit, his head shape, like see how my head goes like this. His head goes like this. Like it starts here and then it goes like in and then goes right back. It's so freaky.
yeah.
That's what steroids do to you, I guess. I don't know, but
Yeah, but Smith, I want to note about Smith that he was like actually trading with Reyes. So, like in that first
what?
round, yes, he was hitting. I mean, he was tagging Reyes. I don't know, man. Like I'm just saying, Reyes did not look good. Reyes is
He needs to
going
be
to
much
get
better.
smoked.
And also Reyes looked good. And Reyes in every fight, in the
Yeah.
Jacoby fight too. He's kind of like trading. He reacts so heavily to any shot because of the
Okay.
state chin is in. That fight was not competitive. And the Jacoby fight was even
Oh, it
better.
wasn't like competitive, but like I'm saying, Anthony Smith in 2024 was landing on. I don't know. All I'm saying, Reyes is not good. He's gonna get KO'd or subbed. I don't know, but
I yes, he'll probably get beat by Krylov.
hmm
That's a really good fighter. I don't know. I'm not ready to give up on on Graves. I don't know. I
I
think he's
think I
still.
am. But
I think he's a way better fighter than he was, but I think his chin is just so much worse. And then let's actually talk about the guys. What are we doing, bro? Right?
well, I
Billy
mean,
Ellicott.
I'm talking about Anthony Smith. I'm not too far off topic, but yeah.
Yeah. um, what are we doing, man? Billy Ellicott and Rafael Sequeira. I don't understand, man. These guys are so bad. They are not good. Bro, Billy Alicana, oh my fucking, like, watching that Bogdan Guskov fight, yes, you come in on short notice. Bro, what are you doing? That was such a bad look. You get on his back, sub him. It's fucking Bogdan Guskov. sub him. And if you can't, don't do whatever the fuck you did in round 2. That was one of the most embarrassing performances I've seen in a while. And I don't, Sirkera, bro. He just gets in the cage and gets KO'd instantly every fucking fight against guys who aren't that good. Modestas is a solid fighter. He should not be smoking you in a round, bro. Ibo Aslan should not be smoking you in a round, bro. He went to war with
in like a minute. In a minute.
In a minute, where like he literally just he got in a cage and he just like
he walked at him swinging hooks. Yeah.
And Sir Carol, I have to crouch. He got and he just as soon as Ibo threw a punch, like I fucking cannot stand the fact that these guys from the UFC, man. I don't know what we're doing. Billy Alicana, maybe that was just a really bad weight cut on short notice. I think he's probably a middleweight because it was really short notice. But get them the fuck out of the UFC. Yeah.
I think the Billy Alicana title run starts in his next fight. I definitely don't think he's as bad as Sirkera, but I don't know, man. Like, horrible fight IQ. Like, what do I say? It's Billy Alicana.
Watch the second round. Watch the second round against Guskov with the context that he was on Bogdan Guskov. Bogdan Guskov's back for the entire round 1. Couldn't sub him. So like, if you can't sub him, like you should be fucking trying to sub him. If you can't sub him, why are you whatever the state he was in round 2, bro? I don't know if he was gassed. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know. Watch that round 2 against Guskov, and you will be shocked. Watch any Sirkera fight. They don't take long because he gets smoked instantly in every single one. Yeah. All right, I'm done ranting about these shit light heavyweights. We're fucking done talking about light heavyweight. God, this division sucks, man.
I guess we're out then. Ending it here.